Hey, what's going on out there? It's Rasouli Moore once again. Just call me Ras. So this is my second time on here. Now I got a little mic. We're gonna see how it go. I don't really know, how this all supposed to happen, but I figure, I'm gonna just get on here and just let it ride. Talk to you about whatever's on my mind, and hopefully it resonates with some people out there. So I said in the last video, I'm a real big quote guy. I love quotes. And one of my favorite quotes is from this guy named Charles Swindoll. And the quote is, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you choose to react. That's a really, really profound quote, and it's meant a lot to me. And because of it, I ended up getting all these shirts made, I got one on right now, I don't know. It's probably not good enough. You probably can't see it, but hopefully I'll put a picture on it at the end of the video so you can check it out. But anyway, what that quote means for me is like, it doesn't matter what's going on outside, whatever the circumstances outside of my mind, out of my body, it don't matter what's going on. It's about how I choose to react to those things that's going to determine the world that I live in, and over time, I've learned to really see how that's a real thing in my life. When I think back to, different periods in my life, I remember how focused I was on a particular thought, and, things would come out in that regard a lot, so anyway, when you think about what that quote really means is, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you choose to react to that situation. That's powerful, man. It's like, for example, if you're involved with a heated argument with your loved one, maybe your spouse, your wife, maybe if you're a woman, your husband, or whatever the situation is out there. But if you get involved into a heated discussion, a lot of times, I know for me at least, when I'm involved in that heated discussion, I'm going 100 miles an hour and I'm like, this is what you need to hear. My mouth is just going and I'm feeling good. My body feeling good. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting this all out. And she needs to hear exactly this at this particular time. And, I can't hold it in no more. And my body feeling good, and boom. But at the end of that conversation, a lot of times we just keep going. And then it turns into an all night thing. And sometimes that can linger on throughout the week. And that's a terrible situation. But now, for me at least, when I think about that quote, I realize that in the middle of my heated discussion that I might be having with my loved one or just whoever it is, man, I can feel that momentum being built up inside of me where I'm like just giving it to that person, letting my mouth ride. But now I'm like, when I said in the last video, I kind of have an out of body experience. Sometimes I can feel myself going all the way in, and while I'm just letting it go, something in the back of my mind is saying, nah, you need to stop. You need to slow down, chill, because you ain't gonna like the response, or you ain't gonna like the outcome, even though it feels good in the moment. So nowadays, I'm able to stop myself in my tracks, like tell myself no mentally and stop my mouth from moving. And then I can pause and think and it's not that I'm giving over what I want to say and giving up on that. It's just, I got to figure out a different way to get that out so that it'll be heard instead of being a competition or a combative situation, and nowadays when I do that, we tend to get a little further in resolving the argument or a resolution to whatever the situation is that we both had a disagreement about. I think that just if we out there just all try to do that a little bit more, you know, you'll be surprised on the response you'll get from the other people around you. Anyway, all love, everybody. Till the next time.